This is a code walkthrough for the example file LoopingForEvens.java. This is another simple example which demonstrates another aspect of a basic for loop, and that is incrementing by more than 1. So in this problem, we're going to simply print the even numbers from 0 to 30. And once again, here's our basic structure of a for loop. We're going to start at 0. We're going to go up to 30. And we're going to count by 2's. So 0, 2, 4, 6, etc. What we're going to do is we're going to use string concatenation, and to this empty print string we're going to append each value of I along with a blank space. Remember that when we have an index variable like this, its scope is local to the for loop that it's declared in, but we can use that index variable however we wish inside of that for loop. So as always, let's start by compiling this, and let's set a breakpoint, actually not on the class, we'll set a breakpoint on main, and let's single step our way through this. Now I'm going to make this window a little bit bigger so that we can see this string develop as we go along. But we're going to start out with an empty string, and we're going to begin this loop with a value I equals 0, so we're going to append that in a blank space to this string. So now we've got 0 and a space, and we're going to keep going through this, and I'm just going to keep clicking my way through this. But notice what's happening to the print string, although we can't really see it past the first 5 or 6 numbers. But we're on I equals 28 now, and I is now 30. And we're going to do it one more time, and now we're done, and we're going to print out the print string that we generated. Now, is this the only way we could have done this? No. And actually, in hindsight, I probably would have implemented this in a little different way. So let's do this a different way. In addition to that print string, let's also just simply print out the value of I plus that blank space, and we'll do it that way also. So we'll save this, recompile it, and let's run it again, and let's look at this happen bit by bit. So we're starting out with I equals 0, and we're adding to that print string for this overall print at the end. But in parallel, we're going to print out these values as they come down the chute at us. So notice that each time through we're printing the next value of I. So this is for I equal 4. We're going to add it to this print string, but we're also going to print it out here along with a blank space. And I'll just keep clicking my way through this. So now we're working on I equals 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and notice that it's really nice to do this in the debugger because you can see the looping unfold iteration by iteration. So we've just gotten to 28, we're now at 30, we're going to append this string one last time, we're going to print out the 30, and we're coming back around. We're going to increment the value by 2, so we're at 32. So this condition is going to fail. So now we should be done. And now we'll print this last string out. But notice what it did. It just tacked it on at the end of what we printed out earlier. So that's not quite what we want. So let's make one more change here. And I'm going to finish running this with a debugger. And I'm going to take away that. And I'm going to add one thing here. I'm going to add another system.out.println, which is going to kick the output down to the next line, and hopefully that will take this second print and put it beneath this first one. So let's recompile this, and we'll free run that, and indeed that's the case. So now that you have the basic pattern of a for loop in place, it's trivial to adapt this for other situations. Suppose we wanted the odd numbers from 1 to 100. Easy. All we need to do is change the starting point to 1. We'll change this to 100. We still want every other number, so we're going to continue incrementing by 2. But if we save this, recompile it, and rerun it, you can see that we're getting the odd numbers from 1 to 99. So again, when you're working with a for loop, start with something simple, get it working, and then you can adapt it to your heart's content. But once again, this is the same general pattern we'll be seeing over and over and over again. It's all just variations on a theme applied to different situations. Okay, that's it for now.